Thank you.
Thank you. Aya, why don't you tell everybody...
Wow, your hands are cold.
They are cold,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Yours are cold.
Are they?
Yeah.
Give me your jacket.
No, no, no.
Okay.
That's not a good look on me. I don't want to remove the jacket right now. So, Aya, why don't you tell everybody about yourself and the company and what you're going to present today?
Sure. So I'm Aya Kabbara, MD of SNIPP. SNIPP is a US company. We do promotions and loyalty for brands. We just recently started in the Middle East about 3 years ago. Nice. And I know everybody's tired, so I asked them for a round of Red Bulls, but we're not getting that. So I'll try to be really quick and have it on quick headlines on my presentation. And I'll let you leave early.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I'll leave the stage to you.
Thanks.
All right.
So as I said, I work for SNIPP, and since we do promotions and loyalty, I get a lot of questions from clients. Two of the big questions that I get, one is how do you increase revenue? The second one is what data can I get? How do I measure? What are the KPIs? So I thought a good leadership topic to be for this conference is about advertising and data analysis. So to know where you're going, you need to know where you've been. So looking at advertising 101, back in the day, mass media, people knew that you think you saw my ad, you think people read it, but have they really went and bought your brand? Moving forward to advertising 2.0 with search and social media, now we know with Google that somebody clicked on your ad, they liked your tweet, they liked your Facebook post, they retweeted you, but you also hope that they went from online and bought your brand. Advertising 3.0 will be the holy grail. What is advertising 3.0? It's actually knowing who bought the brand, why they bought it, where they bought it from, and all this data can help you optimize all your next future promotional campaigns. Next, please. So the new retail model here is tying omnichannel to in-store. I know Jill kind of talked about this a little bit with omnichannels and tying them into in-store marketing. To do that, next slide. We're going to talk about digital marketing that is driving more in-store sales than offline marketing. There's research all around the globe about digital marketing. And here I have some statistics in the US, and that online influence in-store sales around 100 billion a year, while you see that the offline influence, although it's not completely gone, there's actually no growth in there. So if you want to focus about digital marketing, you need to focus on all the customers that are looking at your brands, trying to search for you on digital marketing, and then help them communicate to them to go to your offline and in stores. Next, please. With 28% of US retail sales were influenced by smartphones in 2014. Earlier as well, there was a speaker who talked about that the smartphones are taking over the tablets. That's also true from our research. Now, digital advertising in the Middle East is going to be predicted to hit 1 billion by 2018. With this vast majority of spending online, we need to make sure that there's not a lost opportunity with the data that we can collect from it. And Jill also talked about earlier about customizing every communication tool to your customer. Right now, every customer wants to be loyal. They want to make sure that every communication to them is personalized. And the only way you can do that is to track them, to collect that data, and then re-optimize. Next. So how can you bridge the gap between online and offline? Hi, Bilal. How are you? Next, please. You can do that by collecting data on digital promotions. Who here is in FMCG industry? Banking? There. Agencies? Sure. Everyone. A lot of the clients come to you to tell you about promotions. Now, customers in general love promotions. Who doesn't love to buy something and then get something for free? Rewards, anyone? Love rewards, yes? Okay. So why don't we collect the data by connecting with the promotions? If you have any promotion offline and you want to promote it online, usually you go to your agencies who are here, give you a strategy about your online advertising, and then that's it. You know that people now have the advertising all over the place, and you know that they might seen it on Google, they saw it on Facebook, etc. But from then on, how do you actually make sure that if a customer saw your ad on Facebook, actually from the Facebook ad went offline, went to the store and bought something? How do you know the same for Google? We have new technology Next, please. That helps you know that. Getting all the data with this technology that I'm about to talk about in a little bit, you have to make sure that you already have marketing awareness channels. So if you have a CRM set up, you know your existing customers, you know how to get new customers. If you've got your social media set up, you know the customers, what they like, where they want to be. A lot of customers have multiple social media networks. You need to know which customers are where to be able to retarget them. In-store customers, it's very hard to go to any brand and ask them, what do the customers like? What do they do in the store? It's so hard to collect purchase data. But with new technology, you can actually do that. With paid media, you can know how to optimize your extra paid digital media. Email and online, of course, can be customized with A/B testing. And then creative and brand strategy would do a lot of research about the brand and then how to communicate to the customers. Next. So what kind of data assets are available? And we should never do any promotion that doesn't collect such certain data. Starting with email, if you're emailing your customers, you need to know what offers they like. You need to do A/B testing on the subject lines. You need to make sure you know your consumer segment. Your search, you need to know what people are searching for. It's very important. The keyword search, ad groups as well. Display ads, everybody knows what that is. CRM, frequency of purchase and additional brand's favorite retailer. CRM is very important because at the end of the day, you get to regroup certain people and demographics and retarget the communication to them, specific to them. Social media, of course, Hind is our be with that. She knows all about the social sites and the creative, organic, as well as promoted. Customer service, you need to know what your customers are complaining about. To me, when I talk about digital, customer service is key. It's actually king. If you're not doing good customer service, then your customers are complaining about you, and you should actually know what they're complaining about. Retail purchase. A lot of the promotions that we are doing are non-purchase promotions, so it's easy to pick up some data on that. But when it comes to retail purchase, how do you know if you're a brand, if you're Procter & Gamble, if you're Pepsi, if you're Coca-Cola, what customers are buying from your brands and what share of the basket they are? And then, of course, collecting demographics, different age, gender, purchase habits, etc. So how do you get that data? Next slide. You do it through promotions and collecting data to fine-tune your media mix. And of course, getting data on your competitors. Next slide, please. Every time I go to a client, they tell me, okay, so we've done a promotion. What data can we pick up? I tell them, if you do the right promotion with the right technology, you can pick up in-store promotions, can pick up full demographic data. They can pick up purchase time, when the customer went and purchased the product. The purchase location, which area did they go and purchase that product from? The retailer, of course. Brands usually put their products in multiple retailers. It's important to know which retailer is driving the most sales. And then the close rate by channel. The basket analysis is a huge one. Drop-off rate, Facebook login data, of course, which device they're using, and return visits. Going back to the device, a lot of customers are on their phones when they are in retail stores. And an earlier speaker said that the sales are going down because they're on the mobile. Now, how can we target customers to be on their mobile, but then have a promo for them to be able to buy the product instead of not buying it? So this is how something good technology would look like when it comes to a promotion. When you have any offline or online media, you need to assign keywords to every channel. Once you assign the keywords, any customer that sees that keyword in any of your channels takes that keywords and participates with your promotion by sending it in an email, uploading it to a site, but you know with that keyword that this keyword came from Google, or this keyword came from a Facebook ad, or another keyword came from traditional marketing, or as we say, Bilal doesn't like to say traditional marketing, but newspapers or magazines or etc. And then, of course, analyzing the data. Once you have a customer taking a keyword from any communication channel that they saw, emailing in that keyword or uploading to a site or engaging with it, you can take that sample data and then ask the customer to register with you to get their email, their phone number, etc. So you can have more insight about the customer. And then with that sample data, you take it to across all channels and geography and retail and purchase history from the customer, so you can now then optimize spending. Instead of spending all your money in one basket, now you know which promotion will give you better results. Brands can benchmark and optimize sales across spend to drive purchase by integrating new technology into existing media spend. The way that you can do that is through something that's called receipt recognition. Once the customer sends in a keyword, they'll get a list of instructions what to do in store. Now, we all know that once you go in store and you're able for any brand to validate your purchase, you need to make sure that they have the receipts to make sure that you've bought the product that you want them to buy. So with receipt recognition, not only can you find out if you're Pepsi and somebody bought your product, you can also look at the receipt and get any of your competitive analysis. So you can know if your competitor, a competitive like Coca-Cola, is also in that receipt, and then use that data to retarget the same customer. Now, customers usually don't do much if you ask them to, unless you give them an incentive. So you can always have a mobile site for the promotion and have a reward store in there so they can pick and choose. I put music here also because we know with research in Kuwait that the #1 downloadable content is music. Getting data on products in basket. I show this slide to all the brands, FMCG specifically, when they ask, okay, what do I do with that data? So I can tell them that they can know the product type and the quantity of what the customer is buying. So are they buying one product of your brand? Are they buying 2? Are they buying 3, etc.? How much are they spending from the brand? So you know how much percentage of the money is in the share basket of that particular customer. And then with that data, you can optimize and increase your sales. Once you have granular drill down on the customer, whether it's one customer, then you can retarget them specifically and have something personalized to them. Or you can have broad insights on a demographic group. So if you have a family going to a retailer, you know what the dad likes, what the mom likes, what the family or children like as well. So how can you own the data? There's 2 ways to own the data. Next, please. You can either rent it. You can ask your retailer, okay, most retailers in the country or all around already have that data. You can rent it from them. Or you can have no data asset built, but get a turnkey solution. Or with renting data, you have no upfront cost. However, if you actually really want to own the data and the data wants to be yours and the brand alone, next slide, you build a real CRM infrastructure. The thing with that is that you have to have a multi-year investment and you have to have a long-term plan. There will be limited incremental costs to deploy such campaigns, but there is more upfront work, of course, because you want to make sure that everything that you're targeting in long term is already set up immediately at the beginning. So what are the best practices? Every promotion should collect data. If you're not collecting data on a promotion, then you're wasting your time. Measure everything digital that drives in store. Just like you measure e-commerce, when you measure a Google ad, going to an e-commerce site and making sure there's a sale, you can actually now do that to push offline analytics. Push consumer registration to get a promotion. Of course, getting the more data you get about a consumer, the better. So you can always ask your customer to register with you with a promotion and then give them a reward accordingly. Make a long-term data plan. A lot of the brands right now are convinced with a short-term plan, whether it's a quick promotion with influencers or a quick promotion with just digital ads, etc. It always has to be a long-term plan. And on each promotion that they do, data needs to be analyzed. Always on programs, and then embrace email. If you have any questions about data and increasing revenue, please, you can tweet them, and I'll answer them.